Okay, if you don't know, Batman's parents die. They get killed by a thug in Crime Alley right after they leave a play in Gotham City. At least that's how the comics go. Even outside of pop culture media, people just know that Batman's parents are dead. I'm talking like the real people. What is this video? There's a lot of versions of this event, but it all basically happens in the same structure. Martha and Thomas Wayne bring their young child Bruce to a play in Gotham City. They leave the play, and the parents get stopped by a thug in Crime Alley. The thug asks for Bruce's dad's wallet and Bruce's mom's pearl necklace. There's an altercation, and the thug shoots both of the parents, leaving Bruce alive with his parents laying on the ground. It's pretty much the most well-known comic book origin story of all time, along with the same lines of Superman and Spider-Man. However, throughout Batman comic book history, this unnamed thug, this unnamed killer that killed Thomas and Martha Wayne gains an entire characterization, an entire name and backstory to go along with it. This character is named Joe Chill, the previously unknown thug in the shadows of Crime Alley that notoriously killed the golden couple of Gotham City gets a face. I hate this. This shouldn't be a thing. Joe Chill should not exist. Gotham City is a noteworthy place, crime on every street, thugs doing the worst things possible. In this city, it's a rarity to find good people. Anyone you pass on the street could be a killer. Anyone you pass on the street could be a murderer. Anyone could have killed the Waynes. I like the idea that just a random act of violence is the thing that tore Bruce Wayne to pieces. Not some stylized DC comic books character, not some big name supervillain, not even the Joker like he is portrayed in some versions, not even Joe Chill. I just love the idea that just a random act of violence is what broke Bruce Wayne's heart. The Wayne Killer shows that the very essence of Gotham is crime, violence, murder. Violence doesn't care who you are, what your financial status is, whether you're a good person or a bad person, it doesn't matter. Evil doesn't care. It doesn't matter if you're the Wayne family or some broken family trying to make it day by day in the streets of a broken city. Violence is random. Evil is random. The killing of Thomas and Martha Wayne isn't about the killer, or at least shouldn't be. It's about what it stands for and what happens after. Bruce Wayne coming from royalty, having everything handed to him on a silver platter, he was being protected from the world, especially Gotham City. Then his parents were taken from him. Finally realizes that the world, that Gotham is a cold, hard, ruthless place that will take everything from you in a blink of an eye. Violence is random. Evil is random. The death of the Waynes is an interesting concept because it's not the killer that makes the origin story special or stand out. It's the fact that the killer is unnamed that allows for this sense of foreboding and dread. Violence can happen to anyone, and no one is invincible. The Wayne Killer is a representation of crime in Gotham. He is a representation of the ruthlessness of the world in real life. He himself is nothing, but what he stands for is something much more vile. Bruce takes what he learns from this random act of violence and turns it into something good. He loses his parents and maybe even loses himself in the process, but never loses sight of the mission to end crime, to end violence, to end evil. The death of the Waynes was never about who killed them, but who would come from it. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of a comic book hero going back and trying to find the person who did them wrong. Batman and the thug, Spider-Man, the killer of Uncle Ben. But what this does is set a precedent where the hero thinks that he can just kill that one person or put that one person in jail, then everything goes back to normal. That they can just continue with their lives and they can move on from the pain that has been dealt with them. That's what happens when you pinpoint evil on one single thug. Pinpointing evil on Joe Chill, pinpointing evil on a thug and giving him a name. This should not be the takeaway from Batman's origin story. The very second you blame one person for the killing of Bruce Wayne's parents is the very second you forget the meaning behind the narrative. The very moment you try to put crime in a box where you can lock it up and store away evil is the very moment you don't understand evil itself. It'll never end. People are broken. Gotham is broken. Now, since Batman's stories are in full swing, he's not a child anymore. He's not training any longer. Batman patrolling the streets of Gotham, seeking out justice every single night, finding the evil in every alleyway. It turns out that Batman confronts the person who killed his parents every night. Every thug he puts away, every supervillain he faces, every world-ending threat is not about the person he punches, rather what he's fighting back against. The evil in this world. The same evil that killed his parents. So to answer the burning question, who killed the Waynes? Not the Joker, not Joe Chill. Evil did. Evil killed the Waynes.